Digimon has always been praised as one of the series that always have some fresh stuff. Sometimes the show might get a bit too dark and love to bring constant themes of death, especially in Digimon Tamers to be the darkest and probably the most complicated season of them all. There's many dark moments that appear throughout the Digimon TV shows, manga, and numerous video games. So yeah, today I will be mentioning many times that Digimon was too scary or too dark for kids. Let's get into it. Digimon stories, obviously, is arguably one of the darkest games in the franchise, and sometimes they may have gone a little too far, but the game is still really good though, so keep that in mind, okay? One of the side quests is called Living Doll, where Gilbo guys agree to never leave their room after receiving a female doll, which caters to their every whim. So that's kind of messed up, right? But really, what's really weird about it is the ending plot twist. So pretty much the guys are actually asleep in cyberspace and their bodies are kidnapped, stripped off of their more expensive parts and sold overseas. So what does that mean is that part of their body is actually getting sold over the world. Like, what the heck is this? You know what I mean? Like, that's really messed up. But the game is still really good though. It's just a side quest, so you can forget about that side quest if you need to. Digimon Adventure 02, the follow-up to the amazing series of Digimon Adventure. So back then, the Western translator were still attempting to remove any of the rougher edge from the Japanese version to avoid complaints from parents, of course. But in one of the exclusive Joe written for the English dub, well, the Digidistant discussed about which game they should play on Christmas to pass the time, and well, David step in and say, how about a game of poker for grown-ups up? So he didn't have time to finish that sentence because he got interrupted, but it's easy to know what he wanted to say, you know? In Digimon Tamers, the Reaper is the main villain, which was created by the United States Department of Defense in the late 70s, which with that program, they wanted to eradicate all the Digimon once they're well expanded beyond a certain number. And what's really messed up about it is that it's pretty much a digital nuclear weapon, and you know, they actually destroyed a good part of the digital world due to that. Then the Reaper was set out to annihilate Earth as it was deemed too destructive to be worth saving. I mean, I'm really glad that the Tamers came and destroyed that monster because that was kind of crazy. And apparently there's a lot of rumor that this was actually inspired from real life events, like the one called the Echelon Security Programs. Now back to Sabislu. So in this game we got that weird ass tentacle monster called Eaters, which exists to feast on human data while in cyberspace, leaving their victim as a comatose us with a brain made out of jelly. How crazy is this, right? But the worst part is that as their victim leash expands, well, they do as well. Eventually, they develop into a huge towering humanoid creature, as we've seen in Cybersleuth. And that's just kind of messed up for kids, to be honest. It's still a good game, though. This dude, Okawa, is such a creep, and it's worth mentioning due to that. Well, if you guys watch Youtube, we all know that this dude was really desperate to go to the digital right, and he never really succeeded until, you know, not gonna spoil it. Anyway, all his master plan required was a whole lot of children, which was accomplished by implementing, you know, dark spores, which increase their intelligence of a human, while turning them evil, and well, they become some victims. Then eventually, he died himself and visits the grave of his best friends, right? And that were haunted by ghosts and overwhelmed by guilt. His grip is definitely one of the darkest sequences in the whole series, and I don't think it was for kids. Okay, this one actually pissed me off a lot because I like him so much, okay? So we got the Eric Digimon in the series most of the times, right? That is Leomon. And in that series, which is often focused on the power of hope and resilience, well, for Leomon it's something else because Leomon is pretty much a reminder that death is inevitable. So yeah, that's pretty much his purpose in that series. You know, we're gonna get attached to him and then eventually we'll just die. So no matter what, never get attached to this boy Leomon. But what's really crazy for young kids is the one that Billsomon kill, because he already put a freaking big hole in his stomach. That's really crazy. I mean just this scene was just a little too much for a younger audience. I feel like this part wasn't PG whatsoever. Well, in the Dark Ocean arc in 02, Carrie meets a group of Digimon trapped in dark spirals who have been, you know, sending her SOS vision, and well, after setting them free, Carrie is shocked because she discovered that they are actually Digimon and their intentions are not so innocent. In order for them to fight their new Kaiser and retake the land, those creatures needs to bring forth a new offspring in Carrie, you know, seems like an ideal pride. They even went a little too far in my opinion and called her Pure, which is as a positive, but saying this as a kid, it's way too inappropriate for kids because of the implication, you know? So it's like crazy to me that as a young person, you don't really think about those things, you know? But then if you go back and look, it's like, god damn, this was kind of, that was kind of dark. There's even more in that arc. Well, the Dark Ocean got my boy Kane messed up so much, and the craziest part is that he was really young at the time, and since he was grieving over the death of his brother, and well, you know, that's why he became Digimon Emperor. And that's still crazy because he became such a maniac, you know, he had freaking Digimon as slaves, and that's just too crazy. I mean, there's freaking slavery throughout O2 when you think about it. I mean, those are Digimon, but still, okay, those are freaking monsters, and it's just crazy that this guy was really crazy. He was really a maniac at first, okay? In Digimon Data Squad, Kurt experienced nothing but unbridled terror during his encounters with the Digimon in the digital world. So, when he came back to the real world, he started to figure out a plan to permanently destroy the monsters, which terrorized him to no end. Also, he got ridiculed by his co-workers, and Kurt believed he deserved better, and he actually learns how to manipulate Digimon so he can become the ruler of the world. So this mad Sensei accomplished a part of his goal after an attack on the Digimon world, which leave behind hundreds of corpses. So he's pretty much the real evil throughout the series, because I was about to say Okawa, but we can give him the benefit of the doubt due to, you know, Malthusman controlling him. But still, that is kind of messed up right there. Now, Lady Digimon designs overall is pretty sexy, I must say. But seeing this as a young boy is kind of wild, because it's not really PG, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, she's kind of half naked, and she kind of look like she's wearing a sex outfit or something. But in O2, she straight up declares she hurts people simply because she enjoys it. But, well, as an adult, it's like, if you really think that, you should come to my room, and you will see. And we'll say about that, you know, wiki face, but as a kid, that's a little too much, you know? Okay, this is probably the worst of all of them, because Jerry and Tamers really got crazy when Leomon dies. I mean, she became so depressed that she started speaking through her puppet. She started to have crippling loneliness after the ultimately death of her mother. She wasn't able to upset her father's new wife, which looks pretty fine to me. And then there's just so many scenes with Jerry and Tamers that was just so messed up. I mean, it kind of messed up my head a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, all those scenes, and that was just too much. Why they did that to her so deep like that, you know what I mean? They could have gone for just like a little bit, not that long, yo. So in this series, we got that monster called Jizumon, which is a Digimon created just for the purpose to kill Digimon. Like, its motivation is only to kill creatures that we all love. And it actually was created by human, and well, its purpose is to fulfill its master's orders, so no matter what they command, they will do it. So I just think it's kind of messed up right here to have this Digimon in that franchise. Like, why? In Digimon D Cyber, a Chinese comic that has some dark moments, but the worst of all is really the one in the end of chapter 2. Masukan, a recurring villain throughout the series, who is constantly trying to get better of both Ikaru and Teru. Masukan even tricks Ikaru into going mad and attacking his young friend, and Ikaru beats Teru to death with a rock, or so he thinks. It's later revealed to be a trick in the next chapter of the comic. But for an entire page, the audience actually lead to believe that a character brutally murdered his best friend. Like, what the heck? In Adventure, Metal Sidramon is bragging about his impending victory, and well, my boy Wargreymon was not having it whatsoever, so he goes and uses Brave Tornado. And well, with that move, he split right throughout Metal Sidramon with complete blood splatter and all that. This completely destroyed Metal Sidramon from the inside and actually just left him in pieces in the ocean. It kind of surprised me still to this day that, well, that didn't get censored, right? So, I feel like Digimon Adventure will have been crazy if this was for mature audience, to be honest. Because they're really going at it already. So... imagine if this was a mature show. In Tamers, again, Lizamon has been captured by Hypnos, and well, he's been tortured while fully conscious. The thing about it is that after they got the data, all the living data of him got deleted, and he was really crying for help out there. That was just such an act of violence, and I don't think this was needed for the show. Even though this Digimon was evil, but he was really like desperate, so it was just so hard to watch, man. Okay, so to finish this off, we got Arachnomon and Mommymon in O2, which kidnapped 20 children, right? And threw them all into a truck on Christmas too. So, I just think that's just messed up, okay? So, kids, don't ever take candies from events, because that's really dangerous. You never know what this person is really doing right there. So, always be careful with who you talk in public. So yeah, there's probably even more dark moments that was inappropriate for kids. And if you know some that I didn't mention, let us know in the comment section below. I'd like to know for sure. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that 6 like button. That'll be so appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more Digimon content. And well, I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Thanks for watching and peace out, yo. Yo, it's your boy ShadowShak. Yeah, that's it. Have a nice one, guys.